Good morning, guys. Welcome to a new vlog and the start of a new week as well. We are now into October. It's the 2nd of October today. I'm out on Cocoa in the woods, and though it is a very grey looking day, it's incredibly mild, which I appreciate a lot. It feels like summer has slightly extended because, you know, September was really not bad at all, was it? And I mean, it's meant to be highs of 22 next weekend. In fact, it was 22 degrees yesterday, which is epic. I'm happy about that. So yes, all good. Now, you guys, I really liked a vlog I did last month, which was my September horse and stable yard must-dos. And so I thought, why not do an October version as well? So that's what this vlog is all about. So first up, and it's very fitting that I'm currently in the woods with Coco, and that is heading out into the woods or anywhere where there's lots of trees to really enjoy autumn from horseback. October is when you really start to see the change of colour in the leaves, and it is spectacular. Like, it's my favourite time of year for riding. I mean, not so great because you're on the descent to winter, but if we ignore that factor, it's a beautiful time of year. Not if the ground's normally still pretty good, so you can go for a canter, and you just get views like this. So it's early October at the moment, so the leaves are only just starting to change, but certainly in the next week or two, it'll really start to get going and we'll see the colours really come out. Steady. So a perfect job to do in October, if you happen to have some fruit trees at home, is to pick up all the windfalls off of the floor to give to your horses, because you know they're going to appreciate it. I even start taking some of the apples off of the tree, because from now on they tend to start rotting up there because it's a lot damper. And also this apple tree produced lots of teeny weeny apples, so I will give those to the horses. If you don't happen to have any fruit trees at home, ask neighbours, maybe put a post on Facebook, because there's so many people that have so many windfalls on the floor, and I'm sure they'd be happy for you to come and take a bag or two. I'm sure lots of you have probably already started clipping your horses, but if you haven't, like me, but you are planning to in the next month or two, this October is a really good time of year to give your clippers a little bit of love and attention. Maybe get them serviced, get the blades sharpened, make sure they're really clean, give them a bit of oil, just so they're ready to rock and roll when you need them. I like to use an air compressor on mine, and it does such a good job. It really cleans out all the hair from every possible nook and cranny on the clippers. It does a brilliant job. And also this week is a really good week to clip, because it's so mild. You can give your horse a bath a couple of days before, get as much of the grease and dirt out of their coats. It makes clipping so much easier, and it doesn't block up the blades. It's really annoying when you've got to clip a dirty horse, because the blades get so much grease in between, and it's not very nice. So good week to clip. Give your horses a bath first and then clip them a day or two later. We all know I love a new coat. Nothing makes me happier, it really doesn't. And we come to the time of year where the weather becomes a little more unpredictable. Like, one minute it's blue skies and sunny, you can't see up there, but it is. And then the next minute it's pouring down with rain, like it was yesterday. And so it's a good time of year to go through your coats and jacket wardrobe, maybe sell anything you don't wear, maybe get rid of anything that's got holes in it, or maybe the zips are broken on it, and double check that you've got a warm coat and a waterproof coat, because there's nothing less motivating in the middle of winter when you come to ride your horse and it's tipping down with rain and you know you're going to get soaked. Nothing worse. So it might be time to reproof coats, but it also might be time to treat yourself to something new, and that doesn't mean necessarily going with an equestrian brand that's super expensive. Mountain Warehouse, Regatta, all do outlets on eBay, and you can get some really good coats on there for a great price. This is a Regatta one. I've also had a Mountain Warehouse waterproof one, and it did really well. So shop around, but do make sure you get a coat. If you're going to go for a long coat, you get one that's got like a two-way zip, so you can unzip from the bottom, because otherwise it's like riding in a straight jacket. It just doesn't work. That's very important. But yes, maybe time to treat yourself, or get someone else to treat you. It's my birthday coming up. I may have purchased a new waterproof coat and given it to someone to then give back to me, because sometimes you got to do that. I'm pretty confident I put decobwebbing stables in my September must-dos. However, I don't know what those spiders are on at the moment, but the cobwebs just keep coming, not only in the stables but also in my house. It's just never ending, isn't it? And I don't know how well they're going to pick up on the phone here, but you can just see they're just everywhere. So obviously, you know, the spider webs catch the dust, and it's just good to get rid of them. We don't really want them in the stables. So I'm going to go along. It's like one of those things, the more you look, the more you see, and you're thinking, yeah, we need decobwebs. So I'm going to actually get on and do that now before I go and get them in, though it just looked like it's about to rain up there. But yes, decobwebbing the stable, always a good job to do. I'm probably once a week at the moment, being that the spiders seem to be on one. So this was actually in the September must-dos, but I also think it's perfect for the October must-dos, and that is to pull up this horrible ragwort. It's sort of the last month before the ragwort starts to die back, but obviously if I don't pull this ragwort up here that you can see, it'll just come back again next year. And I think this year the ragwort's been pretty bad actually. We seem to have had a lot of it. The field next door to us on the other side of that hedge doesn't cut or do anything with their land, so it means that quite often like the seeds and stuff will blow over in the wind and we end up with it in our fields. But the reason why October is such a good time of year to dig the ragwort up is because the ground's a little bit softer, and obviously it means you can get the roots out, and in that way you shouldn't have it reappear next year, whereas when the ground's a bit harder, it's quite hard to get ragwort up and out. So remember, you need to wear gloves on your hands, and preferably use something that can really get all the roots out so that it won't return. Another really good job to do in October is to go through all your rugs and check if there's anything you're not using anymore, because it can be a perfect time to sell things, make a few extra pennies, and then you've got a bit more money to put towards maybe hay or haylage or the shavings that you're going to bring in for the winter. So for me, maybe, you know, I could do with going through some of the saddle cloths and saddle pads I've got here, because I definitely don't use 75% of them, I would say. So there's some money sat there just doing nothing that I could use for probably the haylage that I've just brought. Same with boots. For some reason, I think lots of us end up with so many pairs of boots, and I don't really use boots that often on my horses anymore. Every now and then I'll put on some fancy white ones or something like that, or occasionally a pair of tendon boots, but I definitely don't use a box worth of boots ever. So again, it can be a great way to make a few extra pennies here and there that you can put towards something you want, or like I say, shavings or hay or haylage for the winter. If you are not planning on clipping yet, like me, I think it's quite nice to still give your horses a bit of a tidy up, because, you know, they come into October, they're starting to get a little bit hairy, fetlock feathers are starting to grow a little, and it can be really nice just to give them a mini updo. So if you've got a mini pair of clippers, or I've got it in here somewhere, you can use one of these and put it out, smart grooming things. I think it's nice to give your horses like a little tidy up, a little trim. So obviously things like a mane tidy up, sort of trim, tail cut and so on is good, but also fetlock feathers. Sorry, Coop's out in the turnout pen and the flies are out here, which is annoying him. But I just think even a little tidy up of the fetlock feathers can make such a difference. It can make the horses look so much smarter. I probably shouldn't be doing this one-handed. I'm probably going to take a chunk of hair out that I shouldn't do in a second. But it's, you know, it's only a small tidy up, but it makes all the difference. Yeah, I really need to concentrate. Also really good to do their jawline. Like, I think just trimming their jaw looks so much smarter. Obviously leave the ears alone and leave their muzzle alone, so don't take any whiskers away. Yeah. Look at that, looking super smart now, hey Mr. Coop. So something that is definitely on my October to-do list is worming the horses. Now, I went onto Westgate Labs, which is such a good website. It's really clear, easy to understand. If you're a bit like me and not sure when you're meant to be worming and what you're meant to be worming and what worms you're trying to get rid of, their website is brilliant. So autumn normally is tapeworm and also redworm, and there's a few other bits in there. And it is so much better to take the test first, so like doing a worm egg count in your horse's droppings. And I did see on their website, and I'd never heard of this before, that they can also do like a saliva test, which checks for tapeworm, because obviously there's wormer resistance now. So we don't want to worm unless we have to. And there's horses out there that, you know, you can check their droppings, and if they have a very low worm egg count, then they may well not need worming, and that saves you money, which is great. We all need to save money as horse owners, so really do go and check out their website, because it's brilliant. It's very educational, and also it's very easy to understand, so you know what to test for and so on. It'll take you through it. It's very good. And finally, on my October must-dos, now I purposely left this to the end of the vlog. I don't want to upset anyone mentioning these words so early in October. Most of you won't get this far in the vlog, it'll be fine. And that is to sort out a Christmas yard get together, or maybe a riding club or pony club friends get together. Literally a Christmas party, Christmas outing, Christmas meal, something like that. But you've got to sort it now. It's so difficult to get everyone together on the same date, so do it now. Book it in early, sort out a venue, because let's be honest, going out with your horse friends is the best kind of going out. You can chat about your horses, they don't get bored. You can have a real good laugh. Be very festive and merry, but it needs to be sorted now. So be that person, be the organised one of the group. Send a message out today and get a date in the diary and a venue booked, and you've got something to look forward to towards the end of the year. Anyway, that is the end of my October horse and stable yard must-dos. I hope they were helpful, and yeah, see you again soon for another vlog.